The information shared on the Self-Care with Gene Edelman podcast, including the Kitchen with Gene series, is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Please consult your doctor or qualified healthcare professional before beginning any diet or nutrition plan to ensure it is appropriate for your individual health needs and circumstances.
Hi, I'm Gene Edelman. For decades, I've been a student of the healing arts: Reiki, traditional Chinese medicine, homeopathy, acupuncture, plant-based, and macrobiotic cooking. Join me on this journey and hear my thoughts of the week. Welcome back to the kitchen. Summer desserts, no sugar added. I hope you're having fun. Have you made some soups, some salads, got some dressings going? I hope you're having a great time enjoying the wonderful summer bounty of food. And now we're going to talk about dessert. Dessert with no sugar added. Oh, don't stop. Please listen. Hey, I got Rick off of sugar. I made these cookies for him, and he loves them. And if he eats something too sugary, he totally gets it. And so if he can like it, you can like it. But I'm going to full disclosure here. I am not a baker. It's very interesting. All these years, I'm a good cook because it's intuitive and I can play. But baking's different. You have to measure. And you have to measure and be precise. So yeah, we're going into baking. But let me share that in my macrobiotic learnings, I was able to get off sugar, and I did get Rick off sugar, and we created healthier options to enjoy. We had our cookies, we have our cake, we have our Rice Krispie treats. That's what I'm going to share with you today. We have our sweets because you have to have sweets in life. Absolutely. You can't deprive yourself, not at all. But we can have our wonderful sweets without sugar, and we can make them healthier for ourselves. So let's dive in and let's talk about it. Let's talk about summer desserts with no sugar. And as I shared with salads and our dressings, there are components to creating a healthier dessert. There are different flours. Now, I happen to be gluten-free, so the flours I use are almond or coconut or brown rice flour. But if you're not gluten-free, there's a million flours you can use. Again, I'm plant-based, so I'll use almond milk, but you can use coconut milk. You can use any kind of milk that makes you happy. Another component is our oil. Can use all kinds of oil, can use plant-based butters to make things creamier. We have lots of options. Our leavening agents are usually and still baking powder and baking soda. But here's our list of sweeteners that we can use instead of sugar. We have applesauce, we have maple syrup, we have brown rice syrup, we have agave nectar. I've seen coconut sugar, monk fruit sugar, date syrup, in addition to using dates to make things sweet. The other elements that we can put into our baking are apple juice, flax eggs. If you've never heard of a flax egg, that's using 1 tablespoon of ground flax with 3 tablespoons of water. And you let that sit until it's nice and thick, and that is a substitute for an egg. And then, of course, our other elements are fruits and jams. Again, making sure that we're looking for something that doesn't have sugar in it. So we still want to read our labels. A nice brand that I use a lot in my jam cookies are Bonature, Bionaturae. Nice, all fruit-based jams. The goal, my friends, is to avoid sugar. And as I said, we have to read labels. Now, there's even chocolate chips that don't have sugar in them. So, everybody loves chocolate. I love chocolate. I like having some chocolate chip cookies or chocolate chip Rice Krispie treats, but read the labels. So, to recap, as in our soups, as in our dressings and sauces, we have our components. And with our baking, we have our flours, we have our milks, plant-based milks, We have our oil or plant-based butters, peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter. We have our leavening agents, which are the baking powder, baking soda. We have our sweeteners, maple syrup, brown rice syrup, agave, coconut sugar, monk fruit sugar, date syrup, dates, applesauce. Lots of alternatives to sugar. And then the other elements of apple juice, flax eggs, and our jams and jellies, and our chocolate chips. Don't forget the chocolate chips. But read, read, read. And so the action item for the week is to find a basic recipe and then use your imagination. So I'm going to share 2 recipes with you, and both of them can be altered to whatever you're feeling like for that week. But we want to remember we need sweets. We need sweet in our life. We just don't need the sugar. So we want to play with these recipes. Find your groove and find your smiles. So here are my 2 recipes. The first one is an almond butter Rice Krispie treat, which is a ton of fun. 4 cups of crispy brown rice puffs, which you can find anywhere. 2/3 cup of brown rice syrup, 2/3 cups of almond butter, and 1/2 cup of no sugar chocolate chips, and a little bit of oil to coat a pan. And I'll put the recipe directions in the download. And then my other option I wanted to share with you, because again, you can vary it, is a basic almond cookie. So it's 1 1/3 cups of almond meal, another cup of a flour of your choice, 1/2 cup of maple syrup, 1/2 cup of safflower oil, teaspoon of vanilla, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then a nice fruit-based jam. But this is a basic recipe. So you could zazz it up with and make a lemon cookie, or you could make a peanut butter cookie. So it's a nice basic cookie that you can change as you feel. So that's the fun part of it. Find your basic recipe and then make it your own. So that is the action item of the week. Play, play, play. Play with the sweets. Try some alternatives. Try to get off of your sugar and have a fun summer. I mean, there's nothing like nice warm cookies on the beach, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That was like the best. Be sure to join me next time on The Kitchen with Jean. We are going to do a little food journey rewind from acidity cooking methods to spring veggies and summer grains. We've covered all of it since March. But now we're in August and we're diving into appetizers, finger foods, dips, creative bites you can bring to any gathering. Plus, I'm sharing 4 new recipes that are fun, fresh, and full of flavor. Check it out in our August download. Don't miss it. See you next time on The Kitchen with Jean. Remember, dear friends, that this is Earth School. The lesson is love, to love ourselves and to love each other. And remember that life comes from us and life is for us. And life is full of cookies and Rice Krispies treats. So have a beautiful week. Take care.